Всем привет, вы на канале Чайр, и сегодня вторая серия на пути Kingdom Come Deliverance. Так, если вам понадобилась еще одна бутылка спасительного шнапса, то ее можно купить у купца или в корчме, или у аптекаря. С другой стороны, вы можете сделать его самостоятельно в алхимической лаборатории. Окей, хорошо. Алкоголь действует постепенно, улучшая ваше красноречие, живучесть, обаяние и силу, но если вы переусердствуете, последствия могут оказаться довольно неприятными. Я понял. Я принес. Тереза, пожалуйста.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Не-не, думаю, Бьянка лучше. Она тем более с нами изначально. Это что она такая? Хвостиком вильнула. Куда смотришь, бля? У нас есть женщина.
Fine lass, eh? Now stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
Вот это настоящий испытание?
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Well, those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Let him
commoner?
try it.
Окей.
You still have a lot to learn.
Ну, конечно.
Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
Да я не спорю.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, Sir Isvan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
Мне кажется, Рацик нормальный мужик. Вот. А второй мне что-то не понравился.
Long peculiar history. That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Не хочет меня воодушевлять.
Will you teach me how to use it like Sir Radzik said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
Я думал, все, уже напали.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Нападают. Ну, я ж говорю, ну, типа, банальщина. Прям вообще. И все сейчас умрут, все, кого мы любим, туда-сюда. Ух, ядрёно. А кто ты? А ты вообще кто? Who are you? Деревню грабят. Такой армии на деревню. Ну вы, конечно, мужчины, да.
Listen to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Isaac. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
А, нифига, он ему должен еще. А мы все забрали же. Ну ладно. Лор есть лор, как бы история есть история. Надо спасти Бьянку хотя бы. Я не знаю, пусть бежит к нам.
Quickly! We have to close the gates! Move! Come on, we're closing! Move it, people! Come on! Come on! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates!
У меня будет сейчас выбор? Нет, ну скорее всего нет.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates!
А куда мы бежим? Все-таки батьку не бросили, да? А мужик в натуре хорош. Я так хочу, чтобы они выжили, прям ух. Но они не добегут, не добегут. Ах!
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to town, Merc! Tell them what's coming! Warn them! Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Блин, не понимаю, честно сказать, какие у них отношения были у батьки с вот этим. Вымани из дома жену немца. Да. Игра сохранена. Так, ладно, бежим. Нам нужно к лошади и порву куда-то. Задание началось. Иги. Есть бежать. Вон там, что ли, лошадь? Скачи в Тальнберг. Найди помощь. Есть, найти помощь. Блин, ну это жестко. Вот это я понимаю средневековье. Блин, вообще. Простите, женщина. Подозвать свистом. Вот только ваш свист услышите люди вокруг. Для отвлечения, затем вы можете сесть верхом. Так, ну-ка. А как им? Ай, ай! Да ты крыса! Я не понимаю, что он хочет. Что это такое? И спасать свою шкуру. Да я же не против. Но как сваливать? Еще с вот этими какими-то. Чертов крусификатор. Так, ладно, сваливаем. Блядь. Ой. 1000 изучить. Я не могу, типа, да, вот этих вот лошадей. Ну, пожалуйста, сядь. Да и ёкарный бабай. Я отвлек их чуть-чуть. Я, правда, ни хрена не понял. Ни как бежать, вообще ничего. Так, Т. Нет, Т. Так, школа, одежда, места события, общество, кодекс, карта, журнал. Нет, ладно, не понял. Я хотя бы их от женщины отвлек. Надеюсь, она убежала. Вот и первое ранение наше. Ну ладно, за исключением тех, когда мы собирались на лошади, нам пистов отвесили качественных. Так, вы истекаете кровью, но пока не знаете, как перевязывать свои раны. Вам нужно идти... Ай, отвали от меня. Лошадь как-то побыстрее бегать умеет. Так, в кодексе новая запись. Так, вспоминаем орешек. Нет! Как я вас? Видели, да? Так, чуть правее, чуть левее. Вдоль ручья. Ой. Не стреляйте в меня. Ай, блядь. В это весь галоп? Господи. Так, чуть левее, чуть правее. Чуть ли... Ага, так. Прям в спину, крыса. Да оставьте меня. А! А! Ну все, еще... еще одна стрела, мне конец. Ты погиб в бою. Я погиб, как жалкая крыса, которая пыталась сбежать. Ну да ладно. Так. Ну лошадь вообще какая-то невозможная. Но опять же, вот это я понимаю средневековье. Так. Это как-то пропустить можно? Да. Я тоже по дороге бегу, как и шаг. О, вот и лошадь побыстрее бежит. Кстати. Так, мимо, мимо. Ай, ай, ай. Это все в лошадь или это все в меня? Чё за? Вот она и сваливает. То есть у лошади тоже есть стамина. Давай, да забирайся ты. Так, спокойненько. Нет, не спокойненько. Поштаричка. Да этого мужика забирайте. 2 раза надо нажать. Господи. Да так особо не постреляешь, да? Ран, бойся, ран. Свалите. Текаем. Блин, ну... Так-то лошадь скоро отъедет. Я почти добежал, кстати. Я добежал, я добежал. Выносливости было вот прям крапасик такой. Сделайте что-нибудь. И что, они в кого даже не попадут? Даже не лучники. Блин, ну это жестко. То есть мы, получается, мы всех потеряли. Свалили из нашей деревни. Но опять же, касательно Бьянки я не уверен. Друзей вроде точно потеряли. Но я думаю, они же мужики, должны биться, там еще что-нибудь, я не знаю. Хотя, может, и нет. Война — это дело такое. Обделается каждый.
Someone give him a drink and bring hot wine and bandages.
Что случилось, сынок?
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Татары?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out.
Офигительная игра!
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand?
Да, конечно, могу, чё. Мне же
There you go.
две ноги дали, а не одну.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
А где наш меч? А меч-то где? Он же убегал с мечом? С мечом? Да, с мечом. Мне, кстати, пора убрать эту вот привычку смотреть на второй моник. Надо смотреть на вас.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army.
Но они со востока это стопудняк, вот эти сабли, доспехи их, закрытыми шлемами, вот этими такими. Кольчугой.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle?
Nope.
Sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Интересно, почему замки оставлять нельзя? Ну вот, типа, они знают о нападении, и у них хватит времени для того, чтобы уйти. Но замки это, видимо, стратегически важные какие-то пункты или что? Ну, типа, почему нельзя его просто так оставить? Кто-то узнает ответ, напишите в комментариях. Забайтил на коммент. Ай, хорош. Давай грузись, мне интересно, что дальше будет. Мы типа останемся в этом городке? Или мы дальше пойдем? Типа нас-то уже больше ни хера и не держит. Ваша лошадь устала. Вы можете перейти на легкий галоп. Хотя бы немного восстановить силы, вы сможете вновь перейти на быстрый... А, я пытался свалить от них на обычном галопе. Это жестко. Это жестко. А у меня бы не получилось. Типа нам бежать еще долго. Да, согласен. Пойду пожру. А, идем. Так и где? Вот здесь?
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are then.
Блин, ну вообще эта игра прям эмоции дарит. Типа я прям думаю о родителях, которые умерли, о друзьях, о женщине вон той. Я думаю, как я сейчас уже
You can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that's
научусь сражаться и дам им пистов, блин. Так, короче, я больше не хочу быть торговцем. Я буду воином, рыцарем.
Henry here is
Мать его.
overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Так. А, я это просто могу взять. А, он типа жрать хочет. Прям вот так сильно. Так, секундочку. Пища. Пюре из чечевицы. Съесть. Жареная утка. Мы все заберем. Любая еда пригодится. Если только она не портится. Вот это тоже другой разговор. Так, чизик. Так, аполь. Что еще здесь есть? Скрыть замок легко. Well, hello, да? Да. Не, нам это не нужно, мы же добрые люди. Самаритяне. Так, жареная утка, рогалик. Сытость. 17. А нет, надо еще. Так, ну-ка. Чизик. А, вот сытость. 82. Все, 96. А, спать хочу. Я понял. Я понял. Сейчас все будет. Сейчас все будет. Сюда. Не, ну-ка, подожди. А, вот здесь, наверное, поспать можно. Так. Да подожди ты, не отключайся. Тихо. Рано еще. Сори, где мне поспать? Иди в строжку во дворе и поспи там до утра. Строжка. Может, вот здесь где-то? Не туда. Вот тут я могу поспать? Уа! Так вот это же оно, нет? Может, вот тут? Сори, извини. Но я не понимаю, куда. Идти в строжку во дворе и поспи там до утра. Строжка. Что такое Стружка. Может, вот здесь что-нибудь? Прикинь, сейчас отъеду из-за того, что не посплю, да? Бля, печаль. Может, вот здесь смогу поспать? Дай поспать, алло. Ну и все, что ты выюживался, блин. Говна кусок. Так, если вы устали, то ваша выносливость и красноречие также постепенно будет снижаться. Вам поможет сон. Найдите доступную постель, которую вы сможете узнать по значку. Ага, окей, хорошо. Спать. Так. А-а-а. 12 часов, окей. Начать. Нас же не разбудишь же посреди ночи, типа, йоу, бро. Ты на моей кровати, бро, пошел вон.
Today the patrols will be double. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you.
Какая добрая
I came
женщина.
to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better.
Так, я не понял, она
God
что, она
knows you've been through a
катится в
terrible
яичники
ordeal.
к нам?
I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Но все равно добрая, ну, типа, как ни крути.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened.
Ай, хорошо, лагает.
Unexpected.
А вот и
Day
первый
started just
баг.
like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Я пошел
A fellow
забрать
by the
долг.
name of Kunesh owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved. But Kunesh still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Так, напасть на город. Дым на горизонте. Ну, я не знаю, толпа.
Pennants flapped in the wind, the armor glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
How
And then
awful.
death descended on Skalitz.
Так.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armor, saw Father and charged at him.
И ударил в спину, как крыса. Как мы.
And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Так. Грабили деревню.
I wasn't
Да,
safe
грабили
yet.
деревню.
The humans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Then I heard a scream.
Репутация повысилась.
The mill wench. She'd been
Reputation.
caught by a gang of human savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan.
Ну
and
да,
those who do his
конечно.
bidding.
Сейтан.
Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings.
Ладно, не буду.
Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
Ей что, скучно получается?
Really, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Добрейшая женщина. А вон и меч. Вон он справа в углу. Так он все-таки остался с нами. Окей, хорошо. Вернуть мы его по-любому должны. Отец же сказал. Надо отнести. Значит, надо отнести. Его последнее поручение. Ну, помимо того, чтобы мы прятались в замке. Да это не так было. Да это не так было. Это коварные сны, а? Вообще это мозг, коварный мозг.
What's happening? Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Так, иди на стену по лестнице у ворот. Ой, это не то. 1000 извинений, 2000 извинений. Факел? Это что? А, это меч. Нет, нам меч не нужен. Меч спрячь. Борек. Вот.
But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Fine, we will.
May the Lord watch over.
Halt! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
Хидоку, он, короче, договорился с ними или что-нибудь в этом роде.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend,
А может и
how
нет.
on earth did you manage to get away?
Может, я слишком мнительный.
This tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord
Нет, я в это дерьмо не верю.
stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Tamber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people!
А может и хороший, блин, что-то я хер его знает. Логичные вещи, в принципе, говорит. Мне просто слабо верится, что они такой оравой смогли проскользнуть. Я думаю, что их бы взяли в какое-нибудь кольцо или что-нибудь около того. Я могу помочь?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
Окей, чё? Ну да, караул тут особо так не подержишь. Это убрать, наверное. О, хорошо. О, все видно вообще. Я не знаю, на ютубе будет ли видно или нет, но надеюсь, что да. Как стоять? Где? И что, я один тут стою? Кайф, экстаз. Экстази, меня увези. Что, мне просто стоять получается? Можно как-то на вот эту штучку залезть? Мне кажется, отсюда будет лучше видно.
You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Если вам необходимо дождаться чего-нибудь, вы можете переждать время, нажмите Е. Укажите, сколько вы хотите ждать, но будьте осторожны, когда вы ждете, усталость и голос накапливается. Типа вот так. Я не знаю. Два часика пойдет. Чё? Нападают, получается? Нападают? Да? Нет, да?
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
В натуре надо расслабиться. Месть — это блюдо, которое подается холодно.
Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratsig Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratsig Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Мудро. Мудро.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Наша мстя будет жестоко, блин. Лысый упырь.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Блин, жестко вообще. Так, иди на стену наружного двора. Задача выполнена. Похорони своих родных в Скеллице, поговори с паном Бориком, заполучи лошадь. Так, окей. Сохраняемся. Я думаю, на этом мы и закончим. Вот. Блин, игра шикарная. Мне безумно нравится. Я буду продолжать 100%. Я ее закончу. Я пройду ее вообще вдоль и поперек. Как она мне нравится. Все. Надеюсь, вам всем понравилось. Всем добра и увидимся в следующей серии.